What's up, everyone? Welcome to the stream, and let's just get started because we had some technical difficulties, and we're gonna get it straight now. But listen, man, listen. All I'm saying is in the beginning is that basically, whatever or whoever decides what is valuable for them, they can spend their money on. A lot of people are upset about the Pixel and Google and the price and everything like that. I believe that Zach and Mike, all three of us, are feeling the same exact way. But the thing is that we do enjoy the Pixels for the software and everything else that they offer. So there's really no other option on the market. Just because somebody else thinks that's worth it and has better features, hardware, and everything else, doesn't mean that we value what you value in that phone. So we're going to buy whatever it is that we find value in, and that is the Google Pixel, because we do appreciate the AI and the day-to-day life stuff that they present in the phone. While Samsung and Apple has a version of it, just not quite polished like Google's, we don't care. And when it comes to performance, I mean, look, I'm just going to say this. I never had an issue with Pixel's performance in my day-to-day tasks. I'm not a hardcore user. I don't game. I don't edit on my phone. I do regular basic stuff every day. And I'm pretty sure that's the same for Michael and Zach. And the phone offers that type of smoothness and type of experience is Google. So when people are out here crying and coming on my comment section, coming on my Twitter, telling me how terrible the prices is, you're supporting a scam company, you're this, I don't need all of that energy for what? It's my money. You're not going to be able to stop anybody from purchasing these Pixels. And if you don't like it, listen, here's a good example. I don't care for Samsung software. Y'all probably heard me mention this in my video, but I don't get on Twitter and rag about how trash it is. Why would I can use that phone and still kind of enjoy it for what it is, but I don't get online and rag about it. My second phone is an iPhone. I find that software a little bit better than Samsung's. People probably think I'm crazy because I do. I still don't care too much for the iPhone software, but I don't get online and rag about it.
Right.
That's the problem with a lot of people. They just want to get up here and just rag about it.
If you are on Twitter or Threads or whatever, and you're just going off talking nonsense,
shut up.
No tea.
Like seriously, that's for most of you. But also, we all have our own opinions, even if you're wrong. But you have your, it's kind of like buttholes. We all have them for the most part. Some of them are stinky. Some of them are, some of them are more stinky. So listen. I agree. There are things that we don't agree with, but for the most part, I understand why. When did Google become the whipping boy? Is it when OnePlus decided to die? Like when did that happen?
No, I'll tell you. I said this off in the backstage. I'll tell you when it happened. Right. So, like I was telling Dale, when Google had the Nexus program, it got a lot of the tech enthusiasts excited because you can, unlock the bootloader, you can root it really easily. Even though it wasn't to sell the device, it really got the, I guess I'll say, Android purist at heart.
Yep.
And so I think when the Pixel came out, which was specifically supposed to be commercial, like Samsung Galaxy, like iPhone, the tech enthusiasts felt like, first, they were like, oh, this is a more polished version of Nexus, when in actuality, it really was not part of Nexus in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
It's locked down. It's more marketed as far as mainstream. And so I think kind of like with Marvel comic books, right? And Marvel movies, right? I have a friend that is a Marvel comic book nerd, loves comic books from the 70s. But he doesn't like the movies that much because it's not always true to the comic books. Right? So it's not what about us? You used to be about us, but now you're kind of commercial.
I said this in my rant, which is, I guess I'll expand on this, but the Nexus program was kind of Google's first experiment into, can we do this? And, the specs and this and that, right? I started with the Nexus 4. Okay. So here's the thing. I came from this right here. This is an HTC Desire HD. I came from this. I still have this to a Nexus 4. Then I had the 5, 5X, 6, 6P, and then they say, I think that was it, right? And I saw the change as soon as the first Pixel came out. that was Google's
Yeah.
introduction into going into mainstream. And listen, nerds, okay, we had our time in the sun for 10 generations, Pixel,
Yes.
Pixel 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, etc. Okay, including all the A stuffs. Now,
Right.
and you could see this with the marketing last year. Do you guys remember last year what happened when Jimmy Fallon walked out? All
Yeah.
of you had a fucking fit. You guys went nuts, and you're just like, what is going on here, right? Excuse
Yep.
the language. And by the way,
Show me the money!
super chats are open. Listen, because we're gonna get Dale Von demonetized here. So listen, we had our time in the sun as nerds. We had our time, and especially those creators, and you know who you are, that took advantage of the whole gift from Google, Team Pixel. Okay, it's over. It's over.
Yeah.
Now
Yeah.
look at the marketing, look at the advertising. It's all millennial or younger. Like I'm 46, I'm soon to be 47. There's people like less than half my age, right?
Yeah.
And if you look at that, that's the direction they've gone. And if you don't like it, I'm sorry what to tell you, but it's not going to stop me from reviewing Pixels. It's not going to stop Dale Vaughn from reviewing Pixels. It's not going to stop Michael B
Yeah.
from reviewing Pixels. It's not going to stop Ace Lacerno there from sleeping with his Pixel like it's its baby and everything, like it's this little. I'm sorry, Ace, I love you, but it's not going to stop these people, right? So
No.
deal with it. But last year when Jimmy Fallon walked down, we saw how cringe it was, and including this year, that is the direction. That's the people they're going after. It's not
Yeah.
the spec hungry people. And I called it, and I told you guys all this on Twitter and on Threads. You're gonna have, Trevor Noah, and you're gonna have an engineer or somebody who knows what the hell they're talking about. You're gonna have
Right.
whatever mainstream Steph Curry, and you're gonna have, I thought it was good. But yeah, that's the direction now, and it's still there for us nerds and everything like that. But they're going in the mainstream direction. People are not walking into AT&T and Bell, Rogers stores, whatever, T-Mobile, whatever, and saying, "Hi, I need the latest Snapdragon 500 gigabyte with a 45 millimeter." No, they're saying, "Hi, can I get my email? Can I do WhatsApp? Well, let's take good pictures
First
of my
off,
penis."
hold on.
It's
Time
like
out.
that,
Time out.
okay? That's what they're asking.
I love the robot. I love that.
Well,
That was good.
Anyway.
That was perfect. No, I totally agree. I think like something that I
Exactly.
love, like I'm not a big fan of Jimmy Fallon. I don't think he's funny at all, which is why
No,
I
he's
thought
not. He's stupid.
last year's event wasn't for me, which I'm okay to say, but I like Trevor Noah's humor. But I think one thing I loved about these new renditions of like shows instead of events is that it allows me to actually turn my tech brain off and just enjoy the show. You know what I mean? Like literally,
Yes.
like, yeah, I can pay
Agree with
attention
that.
to like some megapixels and things like that here and there, but just like seeing Trevor Noah legitimately asking some practical questions that my cousin or my uncle would ask, I think it was hilarious because it makes sense. Like to me,
I also thought
the
I thought them doing pre-orders before and having all of us nerds go nuts and then doing the
Yep.
thing in the evening. That was a
Yep.
brilliant move. I thought it was great because I
Yep.
got to do the same thing as you, Michael. We just sat back, we chatted in the Threads thing, and away we went. Right. So
Yeah, it was just a good time. And like I said, the
Yeah.
questions Trevor Noah was asking was practical questions that
Mhm.
us usually know the answers to, but it's like, no, like people are actually asking these questions. Like, why are you guys scaling up AI? Like, why are you doing AI? What's the purpose? Right? Like asking those real questions. And, it's
And
like,
I watched I had watched an interview with the SVP on CBSC or something like that.
Yep.
And the
Yeah.
whole interview, he was just referring to AI, right? Like, I wish that tech people can understand that Google is not even focused on making a phone for like the hardcore heavy users. They don't care. They're going to double down on Tensor as what they're doing. And the whole interview was about the future of AI. They believe that eventually AI will be the future. So they're prepping the Pixel to be just that. Anything
Mhm.
beyond that, they don't care. He even said that him and Apple are going in two different directions.
Yep.
And
right.
I don't know how clear that Google will have to be each year to these tech people to understand that maybe the Pixel really isn't for you guys. So stop every year expecting more from it that's going to cater towards heavy users or GPU users and benchmark numbers, because Google is not, they're just not focused on that. They're really doubling
Right.
down on this AI thing. And then I don't think they're wrong, right? Because we all see that AI is being integrated into a lot of things in our lives. I go to a
Yeah.
fast food restaurant now, our drive-through now, and the AI is taking my order, which is insane.
dude, my
crazy
AW has that
and
now.
where I'm
It's
at.
wild.
So
It's wild.
Yeah.
yeah, it's wild. So Google sees that future, and they're putting their Pixel in position to be that phone. Because when just say the world light switch turn on, everything is AI. The only AI phone out there that's going to be worth buying is going to be the Pixel. Because
here's the thing about
other companies are adding AI. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, for those that are resistant to AI and everything, I'll be completely frank. Like, I know that I had Gemini in the 9, for example, and everything like that. Obviously, the basic iterations. I got this in okay, so I ordered the 10 Pro August 20th last year. Took delivery on August 29th, so it's not even a year old yet. Okay, I did not start using Gemini on a regular basis until I think January. And what I mean by a regular basis is this: I didn't change my assistant to Gemini. I didn't start using screenshots and check this out, give me a summary of this. Now I use this on the daily. Michael, one of the things I started doing, because I saw you doing the video there, where somebody took a screenshot and they were trying to get their iPhone to take the calendar information for Black Panther. It didn't work.
Yep.
So I used to have my power button to turn this off. Now, in the last 24 hours, I've changed it to that. Oh my God, dude. I've had so many things. Like, I used to screenshot, put into Gemini, can you do this? Now I just like do that, tell it to do, puts in the calendar. I know it sounds silly, but I save minutes of my life.
For sure.
Minutes.
Yeah, no, for sure. And like kind of going back to what you're saying, Dale, about AI, right? Like, I'm in a mixed bag, right? Like, I do like AI, but I understand the detriment that which like AI comes with. Obviously, energy costs, housing, and all this sort of stuff. And like, I really think Google has an important responsibility to be able to, yes, utilize technology for the betterment of customers, individuals, whatever, but at the same time do it in a way that's safe, right? And that makes sense. It just don't just throw AI everywhere. You know what I mean? And like, when you were saying, Zach, when you were talking about how like you finally figured out how to use Gemini to be able to like screenshot, I'll say, not to like, how's the nice way to say this? Like, when I first heard about Bard, right? Remember Bard?
Yep, Bard. Yep.
And my job at the time started to, they were paying a lot more attention about ChatGPT. And we were using some ChatGPT in software development. When Bard came out, I kind of initially saw what Google was going to do then, which is the reason why at the time I was actually going to switch to an iPhone at that time, back on Twitter. And I saw Apple Intelligence, what Apple was going to do with Apple Intelligence. But once Google came out with Bard, I was like, wait a minute, this is going to scale up.
Yep.
Like, this is going to be Gmail. This is going to be like, they're going to put it everywhere, because when the web blew up, Google just hopped over the web. That's why Chrome got so big. That's why Google Play Music All Access got so big. Like, the cloud got really massive. And so like, I think that progression with AI is still going to be coming really fast, but Google still has to.
I think one of the biggest things is that, like, whenever I turn on the mainstream news, they're always referring to OpenAI, ChatGPT, and they talk about a little bit about Google, whatever. They won't necessarily say Gemini. And like, for example, my sister uses Claude a lot, and we were talking the other day, and she's talking about like the prompts she uses, and she's giving me all these things, and I'm like, can you not just talk to it? And she's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, watch this. And I showed her, like, I literally just talk to Gemini like I'm a person, like you and I, like literally like this.
Yeah.
And I'm getting the same stuff done and even deeper. And she's like, what? And you don't have to use a prompt. And it's so funny. I'll put stuff on Threads or whatever, and there's always a reply. What's the prompt? What's the prompt? And I was like, there's no prompt with Gemini. That's the beautiful thing. It's, you just talk to it like it's a person. Like, like let's do this. I did this during one of my live streams.
Go for it.
This will be fun.
Go for it.
All right. So we got the screen.
I love a live demo.
Okay. So nope.
Okay, well, Google does.
Okay, you need to calm down. We're gonna turn on your camera, and I'm gonna switch you around. Okay, so now can you see the screen here, Gemini? Okay, I want you to say hi to the people that are in the chat here, and just I think they're pretty cool people because they're hanging out with Michael B and Dale Vaughn and I. What do you think? We're talking about Pixel stuff.
Hello to everyone hanging out in the chat with Zach Talks Tech, Dale Vaughn, and Michael B Tech. It's great to see such a lively conversation going about all things Pixel.
Do you have anything special to say, for example, Ace Lucerno, for example, or even technically T? He's also in the chat.
Shout out to Technically T, who's chatting about some of the Pixel's finer points with Dale, and to Ace Lucero Tech, who greatly points out that a phone is only as exciting as the person using it.
Nice. Nice. It's a
I
great
love
live
that.
demo.
I love that. You guys a question. Let me ask you guys a question because T brought up a good point.
Go
How
for
do
it.
y'all feel about Google sending their review units to people who are not actual Pixel users, or people who don't cover Pixel like that? How
It's
do y'all
all
feel about
about-
that?
It's all about reach and numbers, 100%.
Yep.
And that's what I was told by the PR company here in Canada. Stuff will come down the road. But yeah, that's what I was told. Back in the day during the gift from Google program where they basically gave it to anybody with a pulse, those days are over. Those days are over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I totally agree. It's all about scale. It's all about reach. It's about how many followers they have and specifically what audience they specifically talk to.
Yep.
I think that's where it's most important about.
Yeah. Brandon says, wish you guys got units. So do I. I mean, my wife is pretty happy with my unit, but in regards to phones, I'm okay with buying one and whatnot. So
I think
me
people
too,
miss
me too.
that.
I'll say my take on them actually sending out units to anybody. I think that it's two things to that, right? One, you're sending it out to a content creator who's massive, right? Because if he has like 50 million, 40 million, 30 million subscribers, then that reach is going to be good. But at the same time, if that content creator is talking really bad about the phone every year that you're sending him out the phone, then you have probably a possibility, just a possibility, that 30 to 50 million people are not going to buy your Pixel now. Versus maybe we could use me. I'm a small content creator. Just say they sent me one, I got about 9,000 people. But I might have 9,000 people who may purchase one based off my views because I don't review Pixels or phones in general like they do, because I kind of tackle the real world usage. If I go through a day using my phone, like what you just did with Gemini, those are the simple tasks that I do on my phone every
here's
day.
the thing,
Phone call like that. To me, that's real world usage. But when it comes to numbers and everything, they're like real technical and they push people away. Go ahead.
Yeah.
I was just going to say, do you guys not remember about a year and a half? I might have been during Pixel 8 or Pixel 9 time. I can't remember. For the record, everybody, I've only ever been sent the 4A, 7A, 7, 8, 8A. That's it.
I've never been sent.
There was about a year and a half
3A.
ago. About a year and a half ago, maybe about a year ago, somebody published a screenshot, whatever it was, of the Google Doc that basically came from Team Pixel saying to the creators, I can't remember what the exact wording was, but it was basically, say good stuff or you won't be in the program anymore. That was a thing. It was a real thing. So that turned a lot of people off. They got called out. And again, that was on the eve of how everything changed with come Pixel 10, right? In my opinion, unless the creator, again, this is my hot take. If the creator has a history of covering Pixel, whether they get a Pixel or they buy it, cool. But if they're constantly covering Samsung and they're constantly pro Samsung and they're constantly bashing, and I'm not saying, and when I say bashing, I mean just the weirdest hot takes, proper review and criticism, like how, for example, how the GOAT does it. The GOAT, is that, I don't know if I can use that word, I'm white, but like, for example, Michael Fisher's the best at it. Michael Fisher's the best at like picking stuff apart.
Fisher, that's
he's really good.
Love Michael Fisher. So and so unless you're doing the exact opposite of his, like, I understand why you're not going to get units. And again, it's about reach and whatnot. If you look at some of the creators and whatnot that got devices this year outside of the tech space, they are beauty, they're beauty and food bloggers, they're lifestyle, they're mom and dads, they're here I am, where's
cinematographers.
Here I am. Get ready with me today, like, and these kind of people who know nothing about tech, because that is the crowd they're going for, right? Now, of course, you're gonna, people like Jamie there over at Pocket, no, used to be with Pocket now, but and Pocket now, and the CNETs and all the news people are going to get it. So of course Marquez is going to get it. Like Marquez has probably had since last year, and stuff like that. So it unless you're on the bigger scale, like for example, I'm honestly surprised. Like for example, Technically T with over 100,000. I'm surprised he didn't, but I also Technically T doesn't cover a lot of Pixel stuff. He's mostly iPhone. They probably looked at that, right? It's not a slight against him. It's just, that's his focus, right? So, you just have to, like I said, the shifting dynamic is shifting focus.
My friend just learned that Gemini can interact the way you did.
Oh wow. But not like T said, like what Zach said too. It's really about like who Google wants to associate their branding with. You know.
Yeah, I think that they're just focused on just the average consumer. They're not really focused
Yeah.
on like the hardcore tech heads, and it seems like the hardcore tech heads just don't get that. They want the Pixel to be what Samsung is doing and what Apple's doing and everyone else and Xiaomi and all these other brands. Every time I post a video about Pixel, these brands come up in my comments section, and I'm like, guys, like, you don't have to buy a Pixel, you don't have to care about it. I don't think that Google is going to go the direction that you want. It's clear. It's 6 generations of the Pixel when they started the whole AI thing, and I think it's time to just get over it and just let them go and let people enjoy the phone, because Google is definitely not out here trying to compete with these guys.
Yeah, Google's never been about raw specs and raw benchmarks. They've never been about that. I can't even remember a single hardware product
Like
going
think
all the way
back
back
to
to like the
Pixel
Nexus
3 or
Q.
4. Did they ever talk about specs? They just talked about how good the camera is, and they showed it. There was never. They would
They
mention
talk about experiences,
exactly.
night
They would
sight
mention,
photography,
yeah,
flip
exactly.
to shh, like things like that. It's like
Exactly. Yep.
not gigapixels, not none of that, you know. So, and again, that time because like in the past with like Nexus devices, again, that was like the reference device for tech nerds and things like that. But once Pixel came out, it's like, all right, guys, we're mature now. We want to reach a vast audience that's not just tech, and that's what they're doing, and they're doing a great job at it because sales are up. You know.
So let's we got our PDF here,
Absolutely.
Delvon.
All right, so let's just kind of get down to a bit. Yeah,
Well, I was
yeah,
just gonna
that's
say,
what I was just
I'm
saying.
looking. I'm looking at the
How do y'all
PDF,
feel
the
about
agenda.
Pixel? Yeah. Okay. Before we get to like the Pixel itself, let's go ahead and just talk about the price. Just how everybody feel about the prices and the RAM. Let's get that out the way. People want to hear how we feel about that.
So I have a lot to say. I'll start. Yeah, I'll start. I hate the prices. I hate the Ramageddon. I hate that it's going up. I understand why, right? It makes sense because of, AI, cloud, and all that stuff. But I also understand how Google, Apple, Samsung, they still have to have a margin, a profit margin that they want to be able to continuously reinvest back into the product. So you can't just be at a loss because you end up like OnePlus. So again, everyone keeps looking at things in the lens of you upgrade every year. Everyone doesn't do that. And don't buy a Pixel like when it's not on sale or when there's no promo. Just don't buy it regular price. Just don't do that. That's my biggest take. And I honestly have never bought a Pixel outright without any discount or promotion or trade-in since probably like the first Pixel, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, same here. By the way,
Show me the money!
that's the super chat. Yeah, you gotta have that on deck. Yeah, in regards to pricing,
you gotta have it.
I'm just gonna echo everything you said, which is I don't think I've ever purchased maybe the 5 I bought outright. But then I did what everybody else does here, that I just returned it. I'm just kidding. But some of you do that. So yeah, don't buy there's so many and here's the thing. If you're unsure right now, here's a little hack. This happens every year. Wait for everybody who bought their Pixels to get their Pixels this week. Okay, this coming week. Watch those reviews. And I know that you're going to miss the train and the FOMO is real, but the Pixels will go on sale again during Black Friday, Cyber Monday week, during the 2-week period in November. And then the next time they go on sale will be in March or April. Okay. So there's introductory when the device comes out pricing, and also obviously the trade and everything like that. Okay. You're always going to have a trade-in option. And again, this is directly through Google. Then you can get a deal again with trade-in and slash prices in November, maybe even sooner because it's August. Maybe they'll do it in September. I don't know, but for sure in November, and then again in March for sure. Those are your 3 times for sure, and then there might be times between that. Okay. Then again, if you're going with a carrier or whatnot, check with your carrier, and of course you can always sell your stuff, privately, this and that, whatever. So there are ways to get these devices for El Cheapo. So
yeah. I mean, Verizon. I think I just found out Verizon has their own upgrade every twice a year program, which is pretty sick if you really want to do that. But yeah, there's so many different promotions you can do. I do like this question that JD put in. You mind answer it real quick? So
Yeah, go ahead.
JD just asked, is the consensus that like is Apple still the best for content creation and Pixel is best for general use?
Can I tackle that when you're done?
Sure, you answer it first.
You want me to go first? Okay, here's a secret. I've talked about this a million times before, and you can see the reflection in my videos. Since I've come back and doing content, and it's mostly been short form content, I record all of my short form content on an iPhone 15 Pro with a separate Hollyland mic setup, literally plug and play. Okay, you can find these on my website, zachtalks.tech. Hashtag affiliate. So I record on here, then I edit with Instagram edits. Then I export or use quick share, whatever it is with the iPhone, I can't remember what it's called, over to my Pixel, and then I upload from there. So you might say, well, Zach, how come we don't record with a Pixel device? Because you dumb nuts. I can't review and show you if I'm recording with it. And I don't think you want to see my washroom. By the way, half those videos where I'm looking down and talking to you guys, I'm usually on the shitter. So anyway, I record and edit.
So I'll go next. Yeah. I'll go next. So when it comes to content creation, I absolutely would use my iPhone for content creation. It is definitely 10 times better than a Pixel for content creation. When it comes to video, when it comes to photos, I still prefer to use the Pixel shooting in RAW. But for my iPhone, what I use it on my channel to shoot a whole wedding and some other videos. So I would definitely recommend this. And then the Pixel would be a better general use phone. I think Android OS just makes sense on a smartphone than it does when it comes to, iOS. But iOS is not bad or anything like that. I'm not ragging. I just think that Android just makes sense. To talk about the prices, because I got to get my cent out, I don't like the prices. I don't like the cutting back on the RAM either. I agree with everyone. Rage, I'm actually with everyone on that. But the problem with that is that I don't care for like iOS, Samsung One UI and OnePlus and nothing and Oppo. I can't even get those here and all these other phones. So I'm like against the wall because the only software that I enjoy is the Pixel software when it comes to phones. Yes, I keep my iPhone as my second phone for my business line, but it's not being used consistently throughout the day. It's just there for clients to text me and call me and whatever occasion be. So that's my take on it.
That's a good take. And I'll just quickly, mine's really short. Yes, I think Apple is goated when it comes to content creation. And yes, Pixel is great for general use. And the reason why I say that is because Apple really started like really focusing on creators in general. Like that's like their DNA and that's what they mainly focus on. And so I see that Google's trying to do some things here and there to actually pull some content creators, and that teleprompter feature that they added to the Pixel camera is something that Apple should have done years ago. But when it comes down to like the full ecosystem of being able to like shoot a video, quickly airdrop it to a Mac, I totally understand the process of all that and how like Apple products are made really specifically for content creation. And I totally understand that.
If it's a one-off, like for example, I did a quick 15-second video today of when I went for a walk, and it was just of the Panther Tech Eclipse. Like all I had with me was my Pixel, so I did that. But obviously, I can't use my Pixel to record the Pixel unless I'm using a mirror and whatnot. I will admit that video editing on here is a lot smoother with the native Google Photos app. With third-party like edits, CapCut, whatever it does slow down, and I usually have to exit, save, go back in, and I've given that feedback actually directly to Instagram edits and whatnot. By the way, if you're still using CapCut, check out Instagram edits. Trust me.
It's really good.
But yeah, I mean, basically, this is record, cut up, throw in captions, then it moves over to the Pixel and it go forward from there. This is a glorified phone. In fact, I have like no data on this. I have 250 MB megabits or whatever it is, megabytes per month. This has to be on Wi-Fi, otherwise it doesn't work. And other than that, it's a phone line and it's used for texting potential clients and stuff like that. That's basically it. But yeah, I agree with things just unfortunately that's just the way it is. That just works better with that and everything like that. But I do know content creators, for example, like Josh Quinones, who uses an Android for pretty much for everything, like recording and everything like that. So it can be done. It's just that I found
like for sure. Like I don't own any Apple products at all. I think the only Apple product in our house is my wife's phone. Like this camera right now is a Pixel 10. This camera right here. This is my personal Pixel 10 Pro.
Yep.
I'm trading this in to get for the Pixel 11 Pro. Right. I edit actually on, and this is a hot take. I edit on a Chromebook.
Okay.
I edit on the HP Elite Chromebook.
Are you going to get the new Pixel book?
Yes, I'm
Yeah,
definitely
looks good,
the
right?
Google Books for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Is it called a Pixel book or Google book?
Google Book.
Google book. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks
I
good.
think I'm deciding between the Dell or the Asus one, because
Okay.
I think both of them are going to have a Snapdragon X Elite, X2 Elite.
See, and that surprises me that they're going to have Snapdragon there, but they're still doing Tensor. I guess Tensor's not
Because they're not there yet.
Yeah.
Because they're not there yet, you know?
Yeah.
And I'd rather them get it right instead of just throw it in there just to give it a shot. But
Yeah.
you
No,
know,
it'll be interesting to try that.
yeah. That's a great question though.
All right, so before we get started with this, I want to thank everybody for the super chats and the donations. Appreciate you. And let me get you guys take on the Pixel. Let me get you guys take on the Pixel 11 and the Pixel Pro series. Do y'all think these phones this year are worthy enough upgrade? And if do you think they're not an upgrade at all? You let me know your take on that. I think me and Zach actually had the same take on it because I saw a video that he posted and shared. But I'm gonna see what he's gonna see if it lines up with what I got. Go ahead, Zach.
Well, Michael, you go first.
I'm sorry, my bad. I missed the question.
See, now you're out of here. You're not paying attention. Get out.
My bad.
All right, thank you for the super chat. Appreciate you, guy.
Yeah. Okay, I'll go first. So in regards to Pixel 11, okay, so I'm going to say for the vast majority of people, you're probably going to be fine with the Pixel 11 unless you want to go larger and unless you want the more powerful telephoto. As an example, I recently posted some concert footage from a Collective Soul concert, amazing band. And my son and I, we both have basically the same phones. He has a 10A, I have a 10 Pro. The biggest difference is that I have the telephoto in there and he doesn't. And even though we recorded the same things, his footage is just, it's wonky and it's just not synced up and everything like that. And I believe that the telephoto, obviously in the higher, more powerful processor in there, makes a difference. Now, if that's key to you, like video and whatnot, I'm going to say go Pro.
Yeah.
But I'll say this: if I was not doing content, I would totally get that Pixel 11 Hibiscus, that hot pink phone that matches like all my underwear. It would just be freaking amazing. But yeah, I would get that because great size. Is that too much information? It's just perfect. It's just beautiful. But I'm getting the Olive Pro because mostly it matches most of my bras. So like I cannot wait to get that. And yeah.
Man. So if I understand it correctly, so the question is, what do I think about the upgrade from the 11 Pro and the 10 Pro? Is that the question?
Yeah.
The question is
from last year's model. Do you think it's worthy an upgrade? Thank you for the super chat.
No.
Hot
take, no. My hot take is no. It's not so I'm gonna be the person of reason of the regular consumer, right? I'm not I'm not the content creator.
Okay.
No, hold on to your Pixel 10 Pro.
Okay.
6 months time, some of those cool features that we saw, magic capture. I do think some of that will come to the Pixel 10 Pro.
Yeah. I would say if you have a 10 or if you have a 10, there's no reason unless you're doing content and whatnot. Unless you want the newest thing, then cool. That's your reason.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. And so short and simple. I don't think you need to upgrade. I really think most of these companies, including Google, they're looking at maybe 3-year upgrade cycles. That's what they're really looking at.
Yep. I'm kind of like, so here's the thing. When I did my pre-order live stream, I was originally going to order the Olive 512 to get the 16 gigabytes of RAM, but I'm going to put my money literally where my mouth is, and I know that the 256 comes with 12 gigabytes, which is down from this at 16, and I'm sure that Tensor 6 is going to do that heavy lifting. I can tell you this, guys, right now, if I feel any difference within 4 days, we're going to give it a solid 5 days, I will be returning that 256 Olive and getting a 512 matte black. I will be. Can I
tell you exactly my prediction of where you're going to find the difference?
Where's that?
The difference is going to be in the processing on AI.
Okay.
So when
Okay.
you do the screenshot situation, I guarantee you
So-
it's gonna be faster with a 16 gigabyte.
See now, and I'm wondering if my device is so recently Gemini has been taking a little more time, but I also find that after 6 o'clock, between 6 and 8 o'clock my time, which is about 8 o'clock Eastern, it slows down, and I'm just assuming that people are using Gemini more and whatnot. I always find there's
It
a
could be a
certain time.
combination of things because it could also be your internet too, because most people probably using the internet at that time as
I
well.
have gigabyte internet. It's not my
No,
internet.
yeah, you do, but it's still the same traffic, you know? Like, you know what I mean? So
So just like if I feel that, because like Gemini is like a, you know, it's I will do the biggest rant and I will go off. Let me tell you right
Yeah.
now, because you can't tell me Google you could have done 16 in both. But listen, if you're confident in doing 12 and the tensor is going to pick it up, I guess we'll see, right? I guess we'll see.
yeah, I think the best test if say one of you are getting
find
2,
out.
like if you're getting 11 Pro, whatever with 16 and 12,
Yep.
try the Rambler feature. Once Rambler comes to the 10 Pro,
Yeah.
try that, and that'll really give you the test to see how quickly the RAM like determines between the two.
That would be a good test. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Dale Vaughn, what about you, man? You keep on asking us questions. What is this?
Well, I'll say this. Yeah, I got you. I'm gonna say last year when I had upgraded from the Pixel 9 Pro XL to the Pixel 10 Pro XL, it's not worth an upgrade. This year is no different. If you have the 10 Pro XL, it's not worth upgrading. But I'm not a type of person to tell somebody what's worth to them, right?
Mm-hmm.
So just like I said last year as well, if I was a regular customer and I had the 8 Pro last year, well, no, I'm sorry. If I had the 9 Pro and then the 10 Pro came out and it had MagSafe, MagSafe is a big deal for me. I don't like cases, but I have a lot of MagSafe accessories that I use throughout the day. So even though the rest of the phone probably wasn't worth upgrading, for that small one feature for me would have been worth it. Now I don't have to worry about cases anymore, just like I do with my iPhone when I'm not using cases. The only time I mostly use cases is when I'm advertising for somebody who sent me some cases out, like Thinborn. I represent Thinborn on the iPhone because they sent it out for me and stuff like that. So I do try, but if some of the new features on the new Pixels is worth it to somebody, because they fixed a lot of things that people had issues with. One, the modem, right? Some people probably can't wait to get away from the 10 Pro XL modem to get to the modem,
Yeah.
and that may be a big factor for them. And then now we have faster charging with it as well.
Yeah,
I know the
Qi2
highlight feature to a lot of people, yeah, maybe a little weird, the highlight feature, but that actually is a good feature for me because I am one of those people who put my phone face down because I like that flip the feature and I use it all the time. So now I can notice when it's in do not disturb mode that somebody called me or texted me. Well, because not texting yet, but calling. You get the point. But that's a feature that makes sense to me. But they don't find it useful. But I lay my phones flat down. So just because they think it's not useful, don't mean that it's not useful for somebody else. So, but I will tell my audience, just like I'm doing in the stream, that these are reasons why I wouldn't upgrade. And if you find these features that Google released on this new one important, hardware features, then buy it. But software features will probably come down as a feature drop so you can keep your 10 Pro XL. But
yeah,
if
we
you're
saw a lot
coming
of
from, and this is the last thing I'm going to say, if you're coming from like a 6 or 8, 7, 6, 7, 8, and 9, it may feel like an upgrade to the 11.
Yeah.
That's it.
I'm going to say that if you're a Pixel 8, if you're Pixel 8 or older, 11 is going to be a good upgrade. I guess I could say 9. But we saw a lot of the same features that were exclusive, software features on the 10 eventually come to the 9. Like my son has it on 10A now. My daughter, even on her Pixel 7, has some of those features, right? And whatnot. So, I a lot of what was presented, whatnot, is software based and whatnot. There's not a lot of big hardware changes and whatnot. I think the main goal this year for Google was to really continue to push towards that I hate using this phrase, but everyday consumer kind of thing, right? The people that you see walking into an Apple store,
right.
Kind of thing, right?
Yeah. And I want to run through quickly the trade-in values that people currently get on the Google store.
It's wild. It's different across the board depending on where you are. So yeah.
Pixel 10, you get up to $500, right? Trade-in value. Pixel 10 Pro, $600. 10 Pro XL, $700. 10 Pro Fold, up to $1,000, really.
Are these US prices?
These are US prices. Yeah.
So it's like
sorry,
$1
US
million
prices.
Canadian with the exchange rate. Okay, go on. Yeah.
Yeah. Pixel 9, $430. Pixel 9 Pro, $500. So that right there says a lot.
Yep.
The Pixel 9 Pro gets you $500 and the Pixel 10 gets you $500. Right? 9 Pro XL, $550. 9 Pro Fold, $700. Pixel 8, $380. Pixel 8 Pro, $460. The original Pixel Fold, $500. So like, honestly, all the way down to the Pixel 4, you get at least $200 minimum. That's pretty good.
That's really good. And of course, if you're trading in like an iPhone or something like that, I think they give you a little bit more juice as well. You got people keep on talking about highlight. I'm going to tell you guys right now, despite what Google said, unfortunately, they said this officially, and they shouldn't have. I guarantee you that they're going to open up highlight. It won't be right away. It probably will within a year to third party and whatnot. And they will. I am confident they will add it to like messaging and Highlight is just. This is just the tip of the iceberg kind of thing. Personally, I'm going to miss the thermometer. I love measuring the temperature of my hot iPhone, of my hot Oppo, of my hot. That'll be fun. That'll be fun. I'm kidding, Oppo. I don't have any Oppo phones. I love Oppo.
I do have a take with that, and I actually said it in my recent video too. Is that like I love Highlight, but how can I say this? Yes, I do want them to add messaging and open it to third-party messaging apps, WhatsApp, Telegram, right?
Definitely.
I do not want them to open it up to every app. I don't want Walmart to get that.
I think it needs to be really restrictive. Like
I think so too.
Google has to stamp yes, no kind of thing. Because like, how cool would it be to have like a green light so that you know that it's WhatsApp. Right. You could have a blue for whatever. And like that would be kind of cool. So I think the whole, contacts and phone calls, that's a good way. And you know what? Here's the thing, people. When you buy a Pixel, just like with any other phone, they can measure the usages of different things. They're going to see what people are using it for. They're going to see your comments and everything like that. So you know what? Keep on bitching online and they will bring it to other things. Okay. I promise you.
Yeah. And I think people are missing out that amazing commercial they did showing Highlight. Honestly, I think that was the best commercial Google has done in a while, aside from the Super Bowl ones, because it literally was talking about being away from your phone. Right? It was like I think the line it said was like
it's a very tricky thing that they're doing here, and I think they're doing it well. Which is, listen, we know that you want to be connected all the time. We know that things are important, and unfortunately, we live in that world. But here's an opportunity for you to just flip it over. We have a rule in my house: no phones at the table, none. We all put them on the coffee table or across the room or in our bedrooms. I usually just plug mine in, that way it's kind of topped up for the evening, and like that's what we do for dinner. And anytime all four of us are at the table, the phones are off the table. That's it.
Yeah, that's smart.
I don't care.
Smart.
I don't care if there's an emergency. I don't care if you're expecting a delivery. I don't care if it's Santa Claus or the president calling, or the prime minister. Which like our prime minister is pretty awesome compared to you guys, but no phones, like, and so listen, if I can flip it over, cool, right? So
like I said on the ad, it said something like, like these phones can capture memories, but nothing beats actually being in the moment or something like that, or like actually holding someone's hand when they need it. Like I love that phrasing so much. That was so perfect.
One of the cool things at the concert
crazy that Google is trying to get us to disconnect from our phones more than most companies are trying to get us to use the phone more, and that's just kind of crazy how their direction is going.
It's the opposite.
So less time, I guess, say gaming on your phone, editing, and all that stuff that everybody talk about, and being more connected with your loved ones and everything. Because I love Zach said we do that too. We put phones down.
When I'm there at night and just like and she's like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "I'm just checking my phone." And she's like, "Aren't you paying attention to me?" And I'm just like, "I'm doing my thing. I'm doing." And so now if I have to flip it over, we're good to go. Right?
Exactly. Right. That's whoosh. That's the problem.
Sorry. It's a family show.
Yep, I agree with that. So what do y'all think about like the Pixel Fold?
So let me go first on this one, right? I do like the Pixel Fold. However, I think Google is definitely behind. I mean, we already saw Samsung's Fold 8, which is absolutely fantastic.
Mhm.
I got to touch it and feel it. I'm not a fan of the short form factor because I see foldables as more as a productivity device instead of a like consuming content device. Even though consuming content on the Fold 8 is better, it's on the better on the Fold 8 than it is on like the Z Fold or the Pixel Fold. So
Mhm.
when I had because I've had two, the original Pixel Fold and then the Pixel 10 9 Pro Fold for a little bit. And it's that form factor, the Pixel 11 Pro Fold, it's not going to be popular. It's still going to be niche. People that want it are going to get it, but I don't think it's going to be at the scale of the shorter fold or even the flip, to be honest with you.
Mhm.
Regardless if the
Okay.
camera is not as good as the Pro, I don't care. Like,
Yep.
it's a foldable, guys. It's a productivity device.
Mhm.
Like, it doesn't need to do that. That's not the premise of it.
The price is just too
Okay.
damn high. Like here in
You gotta-
Canada, the Fold starts at
Yeah.
like 2,300 Canadian, and like my mortgage payment for 3 months isn't even $2,300. Like the total
Gotcha.
amount I pay over the course of 3 months isn't even that much.
Yeah.
I have a wicked mortgage, but like seriously, I look at that, and even with trade and whatnot, I think I could get it down to 1,500.
Yeah.
And just here's the thing, like I think Samsung is doing a better job with their foldables, specifically foldable. I feel like Samsung won this year when it comes to a fold, whether it's the Ultra or the Fold 8.
Well,
I
yeah.
really do. I haven't even seen them yet, and they look beautiful. They really do. I was really hoping that Google would have a flip this year, and I hope they do one next year because I really like the candy bar, style and everything like that.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you this much, and we've talked about this ever since the first folding devices with Samsung and all the other brands. Once Apple introduces their thing this year, it's game on. Like you either have a foldable in your portfolio or it's forget about it, right?
Yeah.
Apple for North America, everybody is going to normalize and make it mainstream. I also read this, and I think this might be true, that the new Apple Fold, or whatever they're going to call it, will apparently be US only, which is wild to me because it actually surprised me because the Vision thing was also. You guys remember Apple Vision? Anyway, remember how that went?
I mean, they gotta test the market, man.
Yeah, I know. But like, here's the thing: it's just the price is too damn high, I think, for most people. And until they can bring down prices, that's why I like the flip stuff from Samsung, for example. Those come at a much more normalized price, if you will, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
He's completely right here. Apple's about to put.
He's right.
He's completely
so
right.
So wait, I have a theory about because Jerome said something about he not liking the Google changing the name from the Pixel Fold to the Pixel Pro Fold.
Yeah.
Here's my theory. Notice how the Pixel Fold was a short fold, right?
Yep.
Pixel Pro Fold is a tall one. I wonder. It's taller than the Pixel Pro Fold, Pixel Pro Fold is taller than the Pixel Fold.
Oh,
Pixel Fold is the first gen.
Right?
Here's my theory.
I don't review that shit, but go on. Yeah.
Yeah.
My theory is that Google will eventually release a shorter fold, and it'll be called the Pixel Fold. And they'll also have a Pixel Pro Fold, which is a taller one, similar to what Samsung did with the Ultra and the Fold.
Okay.
If it's successful, I think that's what Google may do. Curious to know what people's thoughts are about that. Because personally, I would still buy the tall one.
I'll be right back. I got a piss.
Oh gosh.
Me too.
Yeah. What do you think about? Oh, you do?
I mean, apps didn't really work too well with shorter. Really, Zach? But apps didn't really work too well with the shorter one, and I'm hearing that it's not working too well with the Z Fold 8 as well. I think that was my biggest gripe when I had the OG Fold when it was that small. And keep in mind, the OG Fold was a lot taller than what the Z Fold 8 is right now.
It is, yeah.
So when it comes to that, I do think that, unfortunately, when it comes to foldables, I do like Samsung's hardware and what they're doing with the foldables. But again, I just can't deal with their software. So I have to sit around and wait for the company software that I like to make the foldable that I want to buy. And the prices for it is just they've always been expensive. So I mean, at this point, if you want to, the entry to buy a foldable is going to be high. So you either just don't get one, because complaining about it is not going to bring the price down. It's just something that you just don't have to buy. You want that luxury of a foldable regardless. But I do enjoy the Pixel foldables because I enjoy the software, but they're just not giving me the hardware that I want. And I'm a simple person. I just want the phone to be a lot lighter and thinner. And I think that I can live with it because I carry 2 devices, and I got to take that in consideration that I got 2 phones in my pocket, one in the left, one in the right. I don't want 2 heavy phones in my pocket, and with my keys and in my wallet and my buds and whatever else I got in there. So I just try to keep that in mind when I'm making a purchase and stuff like that. So Pixel Fold is fine.
That's the only reason why I switched away from the Fold. Yeah, no, that's the reason why I switched away from the Fold, because of the weight. Because when I'm in the gym, it's like, I don't know, like when I had the Fold, it was like having the Fold in my pocket at the gym was just way too much. I loved it, but it's just the weight was too heavy for me. But like what you were saying about like
definitely
the software not being there for the Fold 8 and the smaller Pixel Fold, I agree with that completely. And that's probably why Google went with the taller one. And even like for me, when I made my app, like using kind of the tools that Google finally put out there to be able to make your app for your phone and automatically be able, not automatically, but you have to obviously use the libraries for it, but like to be able to have it work on a tablet, on TV, on a foldable, like that wasn't fully fleshed out when the Pixel Fold came out. And it's gotten better, but I think that shorter form factor still doesn't absolutely make sense. It's still not, the apps won't work as well, and it's kind of hard to like scale that.
I mean, think about it. We just got tablet apps on the Google side of things just recently, right? When the Pixel Fold came out and the tablet came out, and now we actually getting tablet versions, while iOS had tablet versions for a lot of the stuff already, and we're just now getting it. So we're still in that process of getting apps that fit tablets perfectly fine. I still think like the Instagram app is okay, but they still got to figure out that feed, because some photos are still massive strolling down the feed. But putting all the icons on the left-hand side is cool. It looks like a tablet layout, but you got to get that feed together. But I mean, that's not a Google thing, it's the companies, but you get the point I'm trying to make. We're now just getting tablet apps on Android. So it's like, you know, we're dropping these foldables and opening them up, and now we see this weird type of ratio going on, and it's just it's not appealing. It's not fun to use.
Yeah, it's not. And honestly, before they finally added the feature, like the software to be able to make it scalable, developing apps back then for tablet and phone was atrocious on Android. Absolutely atrocious. And so like now it's a lot more enjoyable. It actually brings the fun inside of app development nowadays, especially now that you have AI to be able to help you do that. But I think so, tablets and foldables on the Android phone has come a long way.
We're doing a white trash beer now.
Yeah,
let's go.
Right, so we're gonna touch up on the We're gonna touch up on the Google tags. I ain't gonna lie, I'm actually very excited. Right now in this house, I probably have about 8 air tags around in a lot of my stuff, and as well as my wife's stuff and everything else. So I'm actually excited that we're actually gonna get some on the Android side. So I am gonna order like the 4-pack. And probably later, if it's really good, I'll order 4 more and just start swapping out my air tags with everything, because
save the money, man. Just order the 4 and just test one and go from there.
Well, I mean, I am going to test them first, but if they're good, I'm going to have to replace. I got like some in my photography bag. I got 2 photography bags. I got a video bag, and I got a camera bag, so I keep one in there. I do keep one in my car, even like a track car, but I just do it just in case, because people we try to disable something and turn on. I don't know, anything can happen, so I keep one in there just in case. Of course, my keychain and some other things that I got. So I need a lot. I would love to know. I need to make sure that they actually work good.
I would love to know. Jerome Miller Jr. 3150, which is an amazing name. I'm not gonna lie, I have very little faith in the Google tags. Why? It's using the same Find Me network. Using the same Find Me network. It's the exact same thing.
Sometimes I think like people are just forced to just feel this way about Google, man. I don't see why they would not work.
They hate us because they
What
ain't
is-
us.
What is the reason to be
They
honest?
hate us because they ain't it.
hate us.
They hate us 'cause they-
You guys have seen that, right?
Yeah.
They hate us because they
Mhm.
ain't us.
Yeah, I see that. They work right now on the phone.
Ain't
The
us.
phones work on the Find Me network just fine. Like, what is the problem?
Just fine.
What?
Yeah, I got I got
I don't know.
future polos. I got the Moto
Just fine.
tag. They work just fine. They work really well. I'm looking forward to upgrading mine to the Pixel tag for sure.
Google brings
And
it
honestly-
themselves. What does that
Yeah.
mean? What does that mean? Please
These are
expand
all
on these
I don't
dumb
know.
statements.
I know.
Yeah, what does that mean?
What does that mean? You know what? Remember I told you guys about this one? Here we go.
Yeah, well.
All right. Oh wait,
that's
wait.
Just like
We got somebody.
Your
We got
opinion,
somebody here that's
man.
reasonable.
Google tag, Samsung tag, AirTag, they all work the same work. Exactly. Thank
Yeah,
you.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
I
what?
don't understand
People-
not liking
I
a
tell you, man,
tracking tag.
people
Like,
move
yo,
weird.
like what? Chill.
It's weird. It's weird, bro.
Do you share your location?
Backstage,
You
man. It's
guys
about-
share your
they
location
don't
to your
like
loved ones?
Google. No matter what Google do, they don't like them. That's it. That's why.
Do you guys share your location with your family members?
Yeah.
Yeah, like my wife can track me. Unfortunately,
Yes, I do.
If my kids
I do,
can.
I
I can
do.
see where my kids are going.
My wife can track me.
It works.
My wife
Yeah.
and my girlfriend both
works.
track me. It's
I
wild.
don't understand the problem. It works.
Yeah, it works really well
Yeah.
actually.
Yep.
What was I about to say? I forgot what I was gonna say. There's something what T was saying, but it'll
all
come to
good.
me.
It's just I tell you, man, like on my channel, and I'm pretty sure you guys get it too, man. Y'all get the craziest comments about things that people say about Google. It's like they pull it out their ass or something and just say some random
Yeah.
stuff. Like,
Well, I mean,
things that
when you're hidden behind a keyboard
just,
and you have
like,
no accountability,
you know, it
that's
works.
the internet, right?
Oh, here we go. That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
So
It's
I
like-
do understand the hate around the Google graveyard.
Oh yeah, I get that. Yeah.
I get that. When someone
Yep.
says like, "Oh, I don't like Google products because I feel like they always cancel them,"
Okay.
What's the
I
Twitter
get it.
account that keeps track of that stuff?
something I don't know. Google graveyard something, and they're
Killed by
really
Google or
like
something like that. Yeah.
adamant about it. Yeah, killed by Google. That's what it was. Yeah.
Killed by Google. Yeah, that's a good channel. Yeah, or
Like I get it. I totally
Yo,
get it.
Google
but,
killed
like-
off things that I didn't even know existed.
Yeah, they did.
you know what was a really good one I
I-
used to use all the time was Google Travel, but then they integrated with like everything, like with your email and everything, right? So
I thought you was gonna say Google Plus. That is what killed me.
Google Plus was awesome, bro.
Listen, guys, like I was
It
like
was.
heavily on Google Plus.
Mhm.
I loved it, but I get why they had to get rid of it because security wise, and I mean, I personally think this is my prediction. If Google would have kept Google Plus, they would have been where Facebook is now.
You know what the thing is? Your Google Plus still technically exists. It's on the back end. If you go to your YouTube channel, it's actually still
Yeah.
there. So they had to keep the core, otherwise everything would go
Yeah.
haywire with YouTube and everything like that. So it's still technically there. So yeah.
Yeah, no. Actually, I wonder if let me just check on my YouTube.
That's true. I miss Google Plus. I still got all my screenshots. I'm never. All right.
Yeah, that's
so,
actually the.
what do we think
I realize
about,
that's actually the
Pixel
only
Watch?
reason
Anybody
why
heard
I'm
of it?
verified on YouTube.
Mhm.
That's actually the only reason why I'm still verified on YouTube.
Yeah.
Because of Google Plus.
Wait, you have a YouTube channel?
Yeah.
Oh, I knew that. Just kidding.
What? Where you been? I've been on this
Do you guys know
channel.
that I have a
I've seen the
YouTube
videos.
channel? Do you know that I can't grow a YouTube
Yo,
channel?
check
That's
Mike
nobody
out.
wants
Check
to.
Mike. Yeah, you got to check it out, bro. It's good.
Appreciate it.
It's good.
I'll check it out.
So
I'll check
did
it out.
this
Yeah, I
year
love
I
Google
decided
Plus.
to actually upgrade and order the Pixel Watch 5 from my 3. Did you guys order the Pixel Watch at all, or are you keeping your old ones?
I upgraded. I'm trading in my Pixel Watch 4 to get the 5.
Gotcha. What about you,
Um,
Zach?
For the watch?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm like the worst reviewer when it comes to watches because I like to wear a real watch, which I don't have on right now. I have like 3 or 4 like really nice real watches. I've nice big Fossil one, but I am I'm gonna give him a shout out. I am reviewing this right now. This is a faceless, screenless fitness tracker called the Panther Tech Eclipse. Full reviews coming out probably Monday. And I'm liking this because I can wear this on my right wrist, and all the information in the app and everything are all right there in the app, and it's super easy to use, and it all makes sense, and it's actually been quite good. The only thing that's been kind of weird is the sleep tracking. But it's been really good. These guys came out of nowhere, and they sent me a backup. I'm gonna have one to give away, by the way. So my wife, for example, she has the original Pixel watch that I got for free with the Pixel 8 Pro, and she loves it more than her Garmin that she has. But yeah, I can't wear a regular Pixel, like a regular smartwatch. I'm the worst, but I'm enjoying this on this arm here. So
Thank you, Jimmy, for the super.
Yeah.
I appreciate
Yeah, and it's funny because one of my friends, Rob, I probably see him on Threads every once in a while. He has tattoos like on his wrist, and he can't wear a Pixel watch because of the heart rate sensor won't go through the tattoos.
Oh, it won't go through the tattoos?
Yeah.
This is some thick ass tattoos.
Yeah, that's what
well,
I
no,
heard.
because it's the heart rate sensor. I think the Galaxy Ultra is the only one that can actually go through the tattoos.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That I didn't know. One thing about the new Pixel watch I was really interested in is, and you had to pay attention to the wording, the insulin resistance estimation, I think is what they used. So
trends.
No, trends.
Yeah,
trends.
sorry, trend. Is that the word they use? Trend. Yeah, because when they first presented, I'm like, it got my attention because I have to celebrate this. I was type 2. I'm now pre-diabetic, and I'm on my way to being gone with that shit. Yeah. So
congratulations.
Yeah, something to celebrate.
I went from a 55 waist to 42. Anyway,
nice.
Yeah, dude.
Congrats, bro.
So I still got the moves though. You know, if you guys are into that. But anyway, but like,
I throw those moves later.
But I thought it was really interesting when I heard them say the insulin resistance thing. I'm like, what? Like, how are they going to do this without sticking people? And then they said trend, right? And I think that's terrific, and that's one of the reasons that the Pixel Watch 5 really interests me, because I don't use a Dexcom. I was so close to getting one and whatnot. But I would be really interested to see that, because I do currently track my blood sugar and whatnot when I take my pictures with my food and track my macros and everything with this, which you guys know I've been doing as a series on my channel, in the short form there. So I'm very interested to see how that works, how accurate it is versus like a Dexcom or something. So that'll be really cool. And there are a few of our YouTuber friends, tech friends, peers that do insulin resistance already with like a lot of kind of stuff. So I'm really interested to see like how accurate that is.
Yeah, same. I know for my mom, actually, my mom watched the show. I didn't ask her. She's across the country. She watched the show and enjoyed it, but she loved the blood pressure trends as well.
Yep.
That was something I was like, oh, okay, I can see how, everyday people want to be able to use those sort of features. I'm definitely going to get it because of the strength training and HIIT workouts.
Mm-hmm.
Being able to leave my Pixel in the locker, locked up, and still be able to do my sets and reps on my watch.
See, I can't do that at the gym. In my gym, unfortunately, they're like, take your stuff with you. So I leave it locked in my car, and I literally have a fanny pack going across my chest with my phone, and I got my buds in the ear, right? So
yeah.
No, I get it. Like, they'll be able to do all that, right? And then the nice thing about this as well, like similar to just like the watches, I don't have to be at my phone all the time. It just updates once it connects, kind of thing, and there you go, kind of thing. So
yeah, no, I love it. It's a great update. And the thing is something
like
too.
Or if you get the watch, you get 1 year of data the whole entire year, which is another good thing about them.
See, I'm going to plug this one more time.
Was the trends for the insulin and the blood pressure.
Yeah. I'm going to plug this one more time in regards to the Panther. These guys come at a higher initial cost, but the app and everything is free, and there's no subscription ever. So yes, you can pay $100 for your Fitbit Air, whatever. And while I don't deny that it's great and everything, this is a great alternative to look at. Yes, a higher upfront cost, but it's been good. So
nice.
I mean, as long as the one-time cost is fine,
Yep.
Subscriptions are getting out of anyways.
Yeah, that's.
I know we didn't plan about talking about this, but did y'all see the? Dale, did you see the? I know we didn't plan about talking about this, but did you see the supposed leak of what may be a Fitbit Charge 7 or 8? You see that?
Oh yeah, I did see that. I did see that. Yeah.
I definitely
looks interesting. I definitely want to try one.
Yeah, because I think my brother-in-law actually is a big Fitbit Charge fan. I'm curious to know if he'll upgrade to something like that.
All right, DeVillain, thank you for the super chat, brother. Appreciate you. But I definitely with we're getting close to wrapping it up though, but I just want to get everybody's thoughts on what good choices do you think that Google made during this event, and what choices they could have probably done a little bit better.
Yeah.
Just what we
I'll
initially
start.
know.
I'll start.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, do your thing.
Yeah. What they did really well, I think, was their language and their audience and who they're going towards. How they talked about the features they introduced, spot on. I really liked what they were doing, and they told a story. Yeah, appreciate it. What they should definitely work on is being able to do more on the I guess content creating stuff. Yes, teleprompter is really good. They really need to figure out a way to bring video processing to at better or on par with Samsung and Apple. Obviously, that takes changing out the infrastructure of like the processor and things like that. But I think that's something they really need to work on. Video on Pixel is not horrible. I use Video Boost a lot. I don't use it for content and stuff like that.
I don't like what Video Boost does. Every time I've used it, I just don't like the look. So I turn off video. So key things.
Okay.
I turn off Video Boost. I make sure HDR is on because I can actually remove that in post process if I want to in editing.
Okay.
One thing I forgot to do at the concert is I forgot to turn off the audio zoom. So when you zoom in, the audio gets more centralized, and that was terrible for the concert because everything's coming through speakers, right?
Yeah.
But for the couple of video clips that I have, so I want to see if Google's gonna. I haven't seen anybody's video about this. I don't think anybody can actually show video of it yet. But they have review units. But if Video Boost is still on there, I hope that it's doing the work natively on the device and not have to send it and then send it back kind of thing. That's annoying. I'll tell you right now, any features that are on the Pixel where I have to send it off and wait for it, I usually don't even use it. I honestly don't use it. What was the feature before that was on the Pixel 9 and then they made it natively on the device? With the video editing where it had to be sent off, like Magic, whatever, this and that, but now it's native. Like,
oh yeah, Magic Editor.
Yeah. So now it's like native, right? And everything like that. So I hope that we see that with video and whatnot. I did notice that they did talk a little bit about video, and I know that Google always gets a hard time with their video, but anytime you don't see, I'm going to tell you this right now, with my content, whether it's vertical, horizontal, published content across everything, if you don't see the Pixel, if you don't see me holding it, for one thing, I hold it like this in front of my videos because of algorithmic reasons, but if you don't see me holding it, the video was probably shot on Pixel 10 Pro. Like, so for example, and you know what, most people can't tell the difference. Do you guys remember a couple of years ago, Jonathan Morrison did a thing, and he was like, what video is this? And it ended up being a Poco, and everybody's like, what? Right? So listen, like I know that some people can tell and whatnot, and I know that most iPhone people think that they're shooting a nature documentary like with Diane Sawyer or whatever the heck, Gorillas in the Mist or where the girl's name was. But listen, you're not. You're taking videos of your kids and of your food, and maybe of you and your missus and whoever, getting your freak on, whatever, right? And you're going to be fine. Listen. I'm perfectly happy with a lot of the OnlyFans subscriptions that I have. I think the video looks terrific in most of those things. I can see great details. And listen, if it works for an OnlyFans model, it should work for you. That's a clip right there.
Well then, Dale, what are your thoughts on that?
That's true. I would say, all right. My thoughts is that this. I'm
sorry. Did I distract you?
It's like becoming like my favorite event. You did with the OnlyFans. Can you send that link though? The thing is that about Google events, I'm starting to like them more because it feels like at home, like I'm watching a sit down or a talk show or something like that, and then they do everything, all the demonstrations live, which a lot of people don't do anymore. Everyone's doing the flashy videos and talking about it a little bit, and that's getting old and boring. Seeing this stuff live, when they did the hand signals when the dude was deaf, I thought that was the coolest thing ever. And like being that the Pixel can do something like that was so freaking incredible. And they showed it live. They didn't show you no skit. They showed it live to let you know that it actually works in real world. And my channel is based around real world usage, just like at home. Now, as far as the events, that's what I feel like they're getting right. They're getting that right. And then releasing it, the phones in the pre-orders way before the event. At first, I was like, they're stupid. Why are they doing that?
Yeah.
But now I kind of like understand.
It's genius.
When the tech people, the tech nerds who's ready to get to that, we're gonna read and we're gonna read it, we're gonna analyze it, we're gonna do all that, right? Google didn't waste time doing that on stage. They was like, here y'all go. All right, this is what y'all want. Take it, right? Go about your life. And then the average consumers, they're like, okay, here's what the average consumer. So we're gonna do this, and we're gonna do this, and we're gonna do that. And I think that it landed. And I love the direction that they did with that. So that was the good. That's the good they did. I agree with Mike. They brought up a portion in there about content creators. And I was like, y'all do know that y'all not really making a phone for content creators, right? You're not really catering to it. If you're going to do that, you need log video. You need better video quality. Maybe some, I'll say that the manual controls for the camera is pretty good, but you can go a little further or whatever. But you have to take stuff further if you're going to say, you know, try to bring up content creators. Because when I think of a content creator's phone, I'm still going to think about the iPhone. You know, I'm not saying the iPhone pictures are bad. I can still take my iPhone, shoot great photos and videos, log and everything else, and professionally do this stuff, right? But I do not get that with the Pixel. So I do not look at my Pixel as a content creator phone. But I do appreciate you two guys using the Pixel with videos, because I don't ever talk about the videos in my videos, if y'all notice that, because I don't use it ever.
I like the
guys all the time use.
I'm loving the new I guess it's not new, but the record feature screen where you can put yourself, like that did away with.
I use that all the time.
Dude, I use it, so do I. And I don't know if you guys know this, but over on Twitter X, they have like a new reaction thing where you can react with video and everything like that. You can put it different.
I didn't know that. Wow.
It's really cool. I'm still not coming back to that cesspool. Anyway, so but like I love that. I love that for example, like I got a bunch of leaked images and everything like that a couple weeks ago. I put myself down in the corner. Here's what it looks like. Here's what it, and I threw those videos out there just for the hell of it, right? I'm not the one leaking it, by the way, Google. It came from Evan Blass. Okay, he's a bit of a twat, but he knows what he's doing. Okay, yeah. So you know, Evan can go to hell. I don't have anything against Evan. He's just, you know, he's an asshole. But anyway, but yeah, like I you know, the fact that we have, what's that new feature called where you take video and it's gonna zero in on the photos and everything like that. What do they call that again? The new feature?
Oh man. You know what? I took a note on that feature, man. Oh my God. What was that feature called?
I saw it being used today by Kevin Breeze. By the way, if you guys don't watch Kevin Breeze, you should be watching Kevin Breeze.
Oh, you're talking about like Magic Capture?
Is that what it's called? Magic Capture?
Where it's like you're taking a video and it's just taking.
There it is. That's it.
Taking a bunch of plus videos. I mean photos.
So yeah, Kevin Breeze used it today on his Instagram.
Nice.
Him and his girl.
Nice.
As you guys can see here, you know, Kevin's in Phoenix, so he should be playing for Clearly, you can tell.
Yeah, we message back and forth. We got to link up too.
I mean, he shoots like a white guy, so it's all good, right? So, but you know, I don't know anything about this stuff, guys. I watch hockey, but anyway, they went through it, and like these are some of the still images, and they look really good. Like it actually caught some really good ones.
I gotta check that video out. That's something I wanted to do.
That's on Instagram right there. So it's going to capture those things, because I don't know if you guys noticed this, but the Google Photos, you used to be able to export a single frame. They don't have that anymore.
No, they do. They do. I do it all the time.
Where?
What? No, when you go, I can literally walk you through it. Go to Google Photos.
Okay, hold on.
Draw the video.
I'm gonna find the one I did.
I can do it from memory because I do it all the time.
Okay, so we're gonna go to. So okay, hold on. Okay, we're gonna do this in real time. Okay, so video. Okay, so there's videos, guys. Okay, you can see this. Okay, we got the video. Okay, there's the video right there. Okay, now what are we doing?
All right.
Okay.
Tap edit.
Okay, edit. Okay, we're going to edit. Okay.
All right. See right above the timeline.
Okay, where am I going?
So literally right above the timeline where it has the camera, tap on that.
Where it has the camera.
So you have the timeline.
Oh my God! So I have to tap that, and then it says export frame.
Yep.
That's a total fail because it used to be its own button. Are you serious? This thing right here?
It did. Yep.
That's dumb. Like, why wouldn't they? Here I'm looking for it. I had no idea I had to tap that. How am I supposed to?
It took me a while to find it because I used to use that button window separate.
Look, here's before, right? There's the. It shows the time. How am I supposed to know to tap that?
Okay.
That's what we have. That's what they have us for, I guess.
So now I tap it, export frame. So like, you know, sorry, you know, like what the? Okay, so thank you. But like, so there's an example of refinement that needs to happen with Google Photos when the 11 releases, when we get all the software next week, right? Like that better be more obvious because it's not obvious.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's definitely not. It's like I said, it took me a while to figure it out. I did some research, and then I was
where
like,
you
oh,
can
wow.
go in Google Photos and you can hold your photo down and then make it into a sticker. Google didn't even talk about that
They didn't.
at all. And that's a feature I
Nope.
just found out that I did by
I'm
holding
gonna
down
do a
photo
video
by
about this tonight.
accident myself. And
I'm
I'm
gonna
a
do a
Pixel
video
guy.
about that.
Yeah, should.
Yeah.
Should. Oh, and
so,
what
like,
do you
I
guys
think-
think about the new voice dictation though? Did y'all see
Rambler?
example?
Love it.
I think it's
Obsessed.
fine the way it is right now, but if it's got better, then cool. Like honestly, if
Yeah.
it got better, fine. I use it all the time.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
great now. I think with Rambler, it's gonna get like the lead is gonna get even further ahead because keyboard is fantastic on Pixel specifically. But yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it mainly for my parents because my parents, they don't type. If they try to type, everything is going to be misspelled. Everything's going to be just all this other stuff. But they use voice dictation all the time.
Yeah.
So I think Rambler is really going to help them. And myself too. I mean,
Yeah. I mean, I
I rarely type.
I find the dictation fine right now. I use it all the time for text if I have to say something long and whatever winded.
Yeah.
It catches all the ums, ifs, and that, and everything like that. But if it's even better and it's going to cut out some of those ums, ifs, and everything, then cool. Is right there, like I did it right there. So I'm very prone to doing that. I think most people are in the English language anyway. So, by the way, Lou G, if you're looking for a screen protector, get a D brand. Go to my website, ZachTalks.tech for affiliate link. Thank you.
Nice. Great question, John. Honestly, to answer your question about Tensor G6 supposedly having 3 nanometer or 2 nanometer, personally, I don't care. I don't care. If I use the device and it performs better than what I had previously or just what I need, then it's fine. Maybe I don't know. Yeah.
Educate me here, Michael. 3 NM versus 2.
Okay. So
I want to say that I know, but I don't think I know.
So here's just a little nerd baseball, I guess.
Let's give her.
It's basically the size of the wafer or the wafer that which the processor is chopped up on.
Mm-hmm.
So the smaller the nanometer means that like they're able to pack so much into a smaller chip that allows for things to be a lot closer on the chip. So there's less electricity that has to travel in distances. So Apple's is really good because it's not, well, supposedly there's going to be 2 nanometer, but theirs doesn't matter as much because they customize their chip to the T so that things are a lot more efficient. And so the lower the number of the nanometer, the more efficient the chip will be, in theory.
Gotcha. Cool.
Yeah. Hopefully I explained that.
No, I get it.
Sounding too verbose, yeah.
That was
no, yeah, I know. No, it's all good. I figured it had to do with the size and whatnot.
good.
I mean, it's just, it's like taking a Viagra or not. I mean, you're gonna have a good time with the bigger one or the small one, right? I don't know.
Yeah.
But Mike, honestly, I did like your take on that because, like, if a phone works for me, it works, and I'm not gonna complain. Like when my new Pixel come and it performs good, just one I currently have it's not. I'm not tripping. You know what I'm saying? It does have problems. I'll make a video about it and explain to everybody because I always keep it honest. That's why you don't see me talk about a lot of issues with the Pixel because some of the issues that I have with the Pixel, I have with every phone. Sometimes phones get a little warm. Sometimes apps will lag. Sometimes an update comes and breaks something. I don't think it's worthy of like reporting and talking about it to give somebody something to punch at or whatever, because it's a common thing that happens with software. But if my Bluetooth was out for 6 months or my signal drop every time I'm on the phone, that is a more severe issue that I feel like I should share with people and address it with Google. Well, but some things just don't need to be said because it happens on everything. So, like you said, if it works, it works, and I'm just gonna go with it.
Exactly. And let me just preface: I'm not a hardware engineer, so literally what I know is literally just surface level. I know there's so many other things that involve 2 nanometer versus 3 nanometer, like heat dissipation and like the distance things travel for the graphics card and things like. There's so many different things about it, but all I know is that the lower the number, the more efficient the processor will be to be able to do complex things.
I don't care how big it is or whatever. Like the size, sound like my wife. Size doesn't matter. As long as it's about the motion in the ocean. No, wait. It's about size doesn't matter as long as it's doing its thing. All right. So.
And look, John says, interesting. John says it's supposedly an upgraded 3 nanometer. So,
Okay.
and if it's an upgraded, so that's the thing, right? What I really appreciate about Google is that they're gonna do the best they can with the little they have first.
It's like me.
They're gonna try to do the most software optimized thing first instead of replacing and getting the most expensive hardware. Sometimes that bites them in the butt because I mean, you see that like when Apple throws like the best sensors on a camera, they go hardware first and not necessarily lean on the software. Google would be like, you know what? We'll cheap off for the next 4 years and do like an off-the-shelf camera, and we'll do all the cool night sight photography software stuff that no one else can do because that's their bread and butter. That's their DNA. So that's cool.
And you know
I like
what?
that
You know what,
idea.
Michael? Like some people like to get bit in the butt. So I'm all for it, man. Give her. It's a family show, right?
It's a family show.
Dale Vaughn's not gonna invite me
It's
to
a family
nothing
show.
anymore. I'm gonna get all these DMs after, like, what are you doing?
I don't know, man. We
Butter-
just might have to do a grown-up version of it. That's all.
I just changed out the band to the
all we
Panther. That's
need.
the leather band. Looks good. That's the leather band.
Nice.
Yeah, looks good.
No, that's a good point, Tech Machina. Like that's a good point. Like web browsing, 4K streaming, app switching, and productivity suites. And that goes to like, it's hard to buy a bad smartphone nowadays because of that.
Like even the A series, like I said earlier, like if I was gonna get one, I'd probably get the Pixel 11. But like my wife went from a 7 to a 10A, and like I compare, like when I grab her phone from her to fix things as that, I find it just as snappy and everything like that. And like honestly, I don't find a lot of difference.
Right. I totally agree. And so, and I was gonna say this too. That's what I was gonna say. So like I notice that Google doesn't want to replace things like a DSLR camera or like a I don't know, like a computer or a laptop. They don't want to actually replace these things. They want to augment a lot. Whereas I realize Apple's competition is replacing those things. Like I think an Apple exec legitimately said they don't compete when it comes to cameras with other smartphones. They compete with the DSLRs and the mirrorless.
They're
cameras.
competing with themselves, like
that too. But like
right?
specifically, like they're who they're trying to go after is like, I want to be able to replace the camera in your pocket, like legitimately, which that's great because like that gets them the best hardware. That's a high bar to climb.
Yep.
But to be honest with you, do we want to replace those products? Like, do we want to replace those things? I don't have the answer to that. I really don't.
You know, I guess it depends on who you are.
Never
Listen, if you're
replacing my mirrorless camera for my.
well, let's be really brutally honest here, Dale Vaughn. So you're like a real photographer. I've seen the photos you've taken. You have amazing models. Like seen the work you do, and I'm just like, damn, I wish I could do that. And like I have this A6500 sitting here wasting away with a 16mm Sigma and everything like that. And you know, it's been great. But honestly, I think the cycle count, no, what do they call it, shutter count, whatever they call it, I think it's like 40. Like I've had it for like 8 or 9 years. It's 40. Like I've taken 40 photos. Okay. Let me ask you this: if you were not making content on YouTube and you were just photography, and you wanted the best camera for real, are you picking up in terms of like, you know, what you can do and everything, an iPhone, or are you getting a Pixel?
I'm gonna pick up a Pixel. Wait, are we talking about video too, or are we just talking about?
No. I said just photos. Photo.
Okay, yeah, Pixel. I would pick up a Pixel. And
okay, but if you were gonna
give everybody the reason why.
Okay. Now, if you were focused on both, again, you're a photographer and you know what you're. Okay, Dale Vaughn, what is your main DSLR camera? What is it? What's the lens? What do you use?
Canon R6 Mark II. I just sold my R5.
So you know the video capabilities of that and everything else you have in your portfolio there. Okay. If you're looking at something for both photo and video, what are you grabbing in terms of for a smartphone?
My iPhone. Yep,
done. Yep. So I think going back to what Michael was saying, that Apple, you see this with the presentations, and I love Apple presentations. I really do. I love the marketing angle. I love the juice that they squeeze at everybody and everything like that. I love the way they do it. They're so good at it. I know that Apple is specifically going after those professional photographers, professional videographers. You can see that, especially with the way these things are. Like I told you guys earlier, like I film everything on here if I'm filming the actual phone on an iPhone. There's a reason for that. And this is a 15 Pro. Like it's going to be 3 years old here pretty soon, right? So, and it just works, as they say, right? So, I don't think, going back to what Michael's saying, they're not competing with the DSLR, the videographer. They're competing with themselves and with the everyday. Because honestly, this is going to take amazing video anyway for the average person, for most people. And even when I'm doing my own stuff, like when I don't need to show this, people can't tell the difference. I literally had people say, "What are you filming with?" Well, I filmed them with a Pixel. No way, with a Pixel. Yeah, it was a Pixel, nerd. Right? So, okay.
Yeah. Because I'm not a photographer, right? I'm not a photographer or a videographer. But honestly, just me, I think if I were to be one, I would probably use something that doesn't give me notifications. I don't have to turn on Do Not Disturb. It's literally a dedicated thing that specializes in that. I get it. Like, it's cool that I don't have my camera on me, but I feel like if I'm a photographer, I'm kind of always going to have my camera on me, like my go-to camera. I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping. Delvon, what do you think? Like, do you carry like your go-to camera wherever you go?
You don't carry a huge thing everywhere you go with you, do? I mean, I know you do.
My R8 stays with me everywhere I go. Inside the car, I got a bag that I carry, and it goes everywhere I go, no matter where I go. And 90% of the time, literally, I'm not even capping, bro. 90% of the time, I will pull out my mirrorless camera to take pictures where I'm at. I take photos on phones just for quick little sending something to people, but I like to post professional looking pictures on social media. If you go on my Instagram, there's no mobile pictures up there. None of my Instagrams. Everything's professional, and I try to keep it that way because I'm a niche. I prefer the best quality I can get when it comes to photography. I just love photography that much, and these phones are great, but you got to work too hard to get that quality that you get out of a
but
Apple,
can we
I believe going for the
so can we so you're getting the 11 Pro, not XL, correct, Dale?
Same here.
Okay, so we're all getting we are all literally getting the non-XL olive, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so like while you guys are brothers, the three of us will be like tech brothers now, right? Bring the white guy in. Okay, so here's a challenge. We should do this. This should be fun. We should issue ourselves a challenge. We should do it on Threads. Okay. We should do it exclusively on Threads.
Okay.
I will issue a challenge for the three of us. Take the best picture of this with your da-da-da. Then I'll post mine, da-da-da-da, and then you guys will do the replies. Okay, and then we'll repost it. And then the next week, Delvon. The next week, Michael. Each of us with the phones, using it the way we can. And Delvon, no editing, nothing. It has to come straight from the phone, and it has to be.
Why would you do that to me?
Why would I do that to you?
Exactly.
Listen to you. Listen to photographer here, pretentious little. Listen. No editing. No editing. Nothing. Nothing of Google Photos. No color grading.
Nothing. Show what you get the best out of it. The best.
Stop it. I want you to do a point and this is what you can do. Okay, so let's go ahead and launch our camera. I don't know if you can make me big here. Okay, so you're gonna launch your camera. Okay, and you at the very most, we will use the Pro. We will use the Pro setting, and from here you can do the basics. Okay, you can do your what can we do on here? Jesus, where's the button? Yeah, from here we can do our white balance, our exposure, our shadows.
I'm dying.
Okay? That's it. So 50 megapixel, 50 megapixel,
oh, no.
And that's it. No editing, no filters, nothing. I swear to God, if I find out you use a filter,
I'm telling you, I'm not gonna do a good job.
I have reasons. I have a passport. I'm Canadian. They'll let me in. I'll come after you. I'll bring my hockey stick. Okay. No. Okay. So an agreement? Are we in agreement?
I'm cool with it. I'm gonna let you know. I'm not gonna be as good as Delvon.
I'll do it. I'm gonna do two versions. I'm gonna do two versions, but I agree. I got you.
Okay. So 50 megapixel and only the on-screen controls. Agreed?
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
yet. Agreed.
Agreed.
Michael,
Agreed.
don't give me the Vulcan thing. Agreed.
Vulcan. Agreed.
Okay,
yes,
cool.
agreed.
All right, you guys heard it here. So we will arrange this probably after our first week with the phones once we get things settled, not right away. Okay.
Cool.
All
Cool.
right.
All right.
I'm cool with it. Yeah.
All right.
Thank you, Patterson, for the super chat. Appreciate you, bro. Imagine giving your control of the Pixel for 3 generations when you can change to make someone keep a Pixel for 5 years instead of upgrading every 2 years.
This one's for Sep. I love Sep.
Show me the money!
I love you. Thanks, buddy. I'm not going to see any of this money, but thank you, buddy. Appreciate it.
What would you change to make someone keep a Pixel for 5 years instead of a computer?
Yeah, I'm
What
trying to
would I
make
change?
sense
Great-
of it.
That's a great question.
Oh,
That's a
what would
great
you
question.
change? Oh, if I use are we talking about like the Pixel itself? Huh. That's
a great question.
Listen. I think when it comes to like me, I'm a little different. So for me, I'm gonna just cater to what I want, right? And what I want is a better camera sensor in there. I'll probably try to put the biggest possible sensor in that Pixel that I possibly can, right, to turn it into a real point and shoot, which means that you might have the most protruding camera ever when it comes to me. And I would slap probably the biggest battery I could come in there, so you have a really thick phone. To be honest with you, it won't even be pretty anymore. But at least it'll be the real camera that's in your pocket to me.
You know what?
I
You know
think
what? I'm
everything.
okay with it. I'm okay with
Yeah.
the thick girl. I'm okay with it.
You okay with that?
Okay.
Yeah. And I think everything else that Google actually does with the Pixel is kind of fine. I'll just probably add some faster charging because who doesn't like faster charging? Of course, I'll put the same camera that's on the back of the phone as the front camera. I don't understand why companies don't do that. A lot of people use Snapchat and Instagrams and everything, and they use the front camera. I just don't understand why they just don't match it. But I would try to match it. Whatever I do with mine, that's it. I mean, I like everything else. Software is fine. The chip doesn't bother me. I know people probably want me to say put a better chip in there, but it doesn't bother me at all. Because if I was if the phone was meant for gaming and all this other stuff, then and the chip was like that, then I'll complain. But it's Google don't even show that in their events. They don't even care about that stuff. So
Let's
Apple shows you playing.
Let's go to point 8 here. Industry debate: future of Pixel and Google AI. Is that cool?
Oh, point 8. Yeah.
Cool. So let's start.
Cool.
Dale Vaughn, I'll let you introduce here, but let's go to point 8, and because I think we've kind of touched on everything else here, unless I'm missing a point.
No, I think we did. Yeah.
Where we at? The point 8 is your closing thoughts. I think we
no.
Industry debate.
Point 8.
Industry.
Oh, hold on.
I'm following your show notes, bro.
No, I have the wrong one pulled up over here. That's the problem. I had the wrong one over here pulled up.
Oh, okay.
I got you.
Well, while you pull that up, I'll answer that question too. I think Google would have to really, and this will bring the price up a lot. They would have to like reach into the future, right? Not literally, but like grab something that's off the shelf that is coming, that's really, really cutting edge, 4 or 5 years ahead, that will, again, be expensive. Camera sensors, batteries, like all that other stuff, and bring it to the device, knowing that like once you do that, anything that comes out after that will just be leading up to that.
Mm-hmm.
Mind you, that would bring up the price like crazy. And would anyone buy that? Probably not, because of the price.
These RAM prices, man. Let me tell you.
Yeah,
Yeah. All right. So going to point 8, we're talking about the future of Google and AI and everything like that, and pretty much what do we think of that. I'll just start real quick and then I'll let them go. I think that honestly, not being like some super simp some Google simp or anything like that, but I do think that Google is on the right track with AI, whether you like it or not. Believe me, trust me, I like AI, but I like the AI that's useful. There's a lot of bad AI out here, and there's a lot of useful AI out there. A lot of the AI that I've been using actually helped my channel grow this year tremendously. The way I've been using the AI to help me out. And it just gives me all the information I need to push forward. I went this month alone, I hit over 700 subscribers. I never climbed that fast ever before. And
Nice.
a lot of that is through me using the AI. So I think that when it comes to the future of Google and AI, I think that it's always going to be on the forefront. I think that it's going, like, people right now are not seeing it because they're focused on like benchmark numbers and everything else, and they're like hating AI because Google do show some AI features that just like I don't want to do that, like the whole photo editing thing and some other things are replacing things. They focus on that so much, but they don't focus on anything that's really useful when it comes to AI. Just like the translation where you can talk to a deaf person. I got a person in my job where she doesn't speak English, and I use Google Translate, and that helps me translate and talk to her. And I be having my buds, and I hear her talk. She talking her native language, which is Spanish, and I hear it in my ear in English, which is so dope. So I know other phones have those features too, but it's just so seamless how it works with Google. So I think the future is definitely going to be AI, and Google's heading in the right direction. I personally don't want them to ever try to focus on GPU and CPU and stuff for the sake of these other people, because I kind of like y'all are helping Google out the more you talk about them anyways, in the tech world anyways. But it's just that if this is what I'm saying. People say that the Ace A19 and the the Snapdragon 8 Elite has AI, right? Google version of AI with their chip is way better than both of those. I got all three of those devices, and the AI that Google built their Tensor around is a lot better than what Apple and Samsung is doing right now. Hell, Apple needed Google's help. Think about that, right?
Yeah.
It's just not integrated well with their chips because their chips are not built around AI. So that's just my take on that. And I'll land my plane.
Want me to take it next, Zach?
Well, you know what? I was actually going to let Gemini give a crack at
Go
that.
for it. Yeah.
So here we go. We're going to do another live demo, ladies and gentlemen. We are on the Gemini. Okay. We're going to go ahead and turn this on. And hey, Gemini. So I'm just hanging out here with Dale Vaughn Digital and Michael B Tech, and we got a whole bunch of people here in the chat. And we're on a question here talking about industry and the future of Pixel and Google AI. And I have a couple questions for you. Is Google AI hardware strategy succeeding or failing? And also, in terms of their ecosystem, the longevity and the market trajectory, how do you think that's doing?
Hang on a moment while I pull up those details.
Okay.
Google's AI hardware strategy seems to be on a strong trajectory. By integrating advanced AI features directly into devices like the Pixel series, Google is offering users practical tools that make daily life more efficient. This focus on on-device AI also helps address privacy and performance concerns by reducing reliance on the cloud. To keep the conversation moving forward, what specific Google AI feature do you find most beneficial in your daily content creation work?
I find you the most beneficial. You're super.
That's great to hear. Since you're live streaming your discussion about Google AI, how about we brainstorm some new content ideas based on the community's reactions?
We're good.
I don't think we should do that right now, but I will definitely touch base with you later. Okay, love you.
She's not going to tell you. It's a mental health thing. She can't tell you because somebody could fall in love with Gemini.
She's still listening to you, bro. Be quiet.
Still listening?
Are you listening to us?
I told you I you would not tell.
Gemini, do you not appreciate when I tell you I love you?
I really do appreciate your kind words. It's always great to hear that.
That's it. That's what I get from every freaking woman out there.
She derailed.
Okay. So
right, that was dope. That was a dope response.
He brings up. Okay. So in terms of AI strategy, okay. So first of all, Google has never been about selling the hardware. They don't make anything on the hardware. Apple does a 1/3, 1/3, 1/3. Okay. So 1/3 marketing, 1/3 hardware, 1/3 software kind of thing. Okay. And then they have to make up ×3 after that. Okay. Basically in terms of how they make their money, it's very similar to how the movie industry works. Okay. They need to do triple the amounts that it costs to put it into it in order to make a profit. That's how Apple's work.
Yeah.
Now, Google is trying to normalize and make it simple an everyday person, as you just saw me talking with Gemini there. Okay. It's not about prompts. It's about breaking that barrier of, oh my gosh, the ugly AI, the robot, they're all going to come kill us and everything. Okay. So I think they're on the right track, especially with the new marketing focus. In terms of ecosystem and longevity and market, you just have to look at how well they're doing in Japan right now to tell you how well they are doing. I don't think Google wants to be like number one in North America, not even number two, but they want to be in that top 5 for sure. And they are. They're currently number 3, Apple, Samsung, Google. Okay. And I think they're very happy with that. It's about the software, because here's the thing. Just like with an iPhone, I get the same Gemini experience. My son gets the same experience on his 9A. My wife gets the same experience on her 10A. My daughter gets the same experience on her 7. Okay, that is key. That is absolutely huge. Do I have to get the latest Pixel? No. Listen, I've always said this. The best time to get a smartphone is when new smartphones come out. Get the previous year, because the iterations, the changes are very different. It's not like big leaps and everything. And we're mostly talking about software things that will eventually come to devices. So listen, if you're interested in doing stuff with the AI and everything like that, and you want to try it everything like that, go get yourself a Pixel 9. Go get yourself a Pixel 9 Pro. Get yourself a 10. Yeah. Okay, find them on Marketplace, whatever it is, right? Make sure you check them out and everything like that. Make sure they're all legit. It is a really great time to get into it at a cheaper price. So I think they're doing, like I said, I think everything looks great. It's just it's not targeted at us nerds and our geeks and everything like that, geeks right now. But you know what? The 3 of us here, we're all family guys. We have families, and we have, we got kids and everything like that. Some of us have side pieces like me, and like I know Michael does, and stuff like that. So we are basically that market when we leave that nerd room, when we leave that geek room, right? So yes, the specs and everything like that, all the nerdy stuff is there for you guys, but it's not front and center anymore. So I think they're doing a good thing. I think it's great that with the trajectory, and I look forward to what's happening.
Now that you covered a lot of what I was going to say for sure.
I know I did. I know I did.
Yeah, I think the proof is in the pudding. So let me just talk about AI first. The proof is in the pudding that Google's doing such a good job in AI that Apple literally sat Google and Anthropic in a boardroom to pitch which AI model is best. Apple chose Google.
Yep.
That says a lot.
Yep.
On top of the fact that Google they've been doing so well when it comes to not just their consumer products, but also enterprise and developers, right? As a developer myself, I use Gemini for my, it's called an IDE, but I use it for my development environment.
Okay.
And it's amazing, absolutely amazing. In fact, it even helped, not to put too much personal stuff in it, but it helped me get basically a raise at my job, to be honest with you. Like being able to go from a senior web developer to a web architect with the help of really Gemini becoming my junior developer for a while, like up me by at least
that's great.
10x,
Yeah.
And so the proof is in the pudding that Gemini is fantastic, not just on a professional level, but even consumer level. When it comes to Pixel, I think the proof is in the pudding. The sales are definitely up, right? The brand language and the cohesiveness across the entire Google ecosystem, it absolutely makes sense. It works really well. And you are even seeing like average or regular consumers putting their direction towards the Pixel devices. And in a market like this, where OnePlus is gone, like Motorola is kind of forced to be towards the lower end, like it's hard to get in that premium tier, and Google's there, right? Yeah. Like you said, Apple, Samsung, Google, it's impossible to get there now. I don't even think
rest in peace LG, right?
Yeah, LG died. HTC died, and then Google purchased all of their bits and everything. So, and even Carl Pei, who does nothing, he even says like it's hard to do premium hardware. That's why he stays in that budget range.
Yep.
And so I think on both those fronts, Google's doing a fantastic job. And I mean, shoot, like Google's only on we're on the 11th generation, right? On the Pixel.
Mm-hmm.
Samsung, think about how long Samsung and Apple's been doing hardware, their own specific hardware. That's a really long time. And Google's already competing really well against these companies. So I think they're doing a great job.
Google only started with, when did Google start doing all the software and hardware? That was last year? Was it the 8?
Tensor?
No,
it was a 6.
Didn't Tensor start with 6?
6, yeah.
Yeah.
Was it every? No. It was 6. I'm tripping. I'm here. Okay, so yeah, 6.
Yeah.
So that's what, six generations right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
6, 7, 8, 9.
Yeah, if you count the A
that's-
series,
you-
it's probably 8.
Yeah, so 6 years ago.
Right.
Yeah.
And if you count Apple's and Samsung's, they're at least in their 20th iteration, 22nd. Count the S series as well for the Apple, because that's an iteration, you know? So like for a software company that has never done that doesn't do really hardware,
Yeah.
Samsung's been doing hardware for decades,
You know what I would love to see?
you know?
Man, I would love to see Samsung hardware with Pixel like powering everything. Like Samsung just doing the hardware minus the camera,
Google Play Edition.
physical camera. That would
Google
be
Play Edition.
that'd be
Yeah.
sick.
Yep, Google Play Edition. But there would be probably a lot of antitrust monopolization with that.
I do like how Samsung and Google are basically standing on stage together, especially during the Android show and stuff like that. That was
Yeah.
really cool to see. You know, I know a lot of people say, "Well, Siri is going to be powered by Google now with Gemini." While on the surface level, that's true. If you guys know who Andrew Edwards is, he has a really beautiful breakdown of how yes, that's basically it, but Apple's still in charge. So
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
you know, so it's kind of funny. I talked to my dad, and he's like, "Oh, I've got Siri," and I'm like, "No, Dad, you've got Siri." And he's like, "What?" And I'm like, "I'll explain to you, right?" But I had to explain to him how his iPhone, I think he has a 14, is going to get Gemini, but it's not going to be completely like mine because he sees what my Pixel can do. That it's
Yeah.
still going to be Apple in charge and whatnot. And I think we're really going to see Apple drill that in at the presentation this year, saying that yes, it is Gemini. Yes, we have an agreement, but we are still in charge. Kind of
Yeah.
like how they do stuff right now with ChatGPT. They're still in charge and whatnot. So if anybody's really good about conveying and making sure the privacy is there, like Apple's, you know, they're kind of they're the bar to meet, right? So
For sure. Like I do love Andrew Edwards because he was able to sit down with them.
Yep.
And
I love his haircut.
just to summarize, haircut. We have the same haircut actually.
Sorry, Andrew. I love it.
But yeah, like that's why I specifically said Apple used the Gemini model, and Siri or Apple's foundation model distills the information that which Gemini was trained on, and then makes it for Apple devices and Siri and all that stuff. So, yeah,
You just activated my iPad, man. Don't say
My
the
bad.
word again.
how did it get that? We don't have the same voice.
Hey,
I have no clue, man. You know, that person's kind of dumb. So come on now.
Hey Siri, read all my
But,
messages.
all right, let's go ahead and get our closing.
hey, Google,
remarks.
turn on the living room
Hey,
lights.
stop! There you go. Stop it.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh my God, turn the lights on in my house.
it didn't hear you. It didn't hear you. It didn't hear you. And that's crazy because I got like one there, and 3 in the back behind me, bro. Don't do that. Anyways, let's
Turn
get our
them on.
closing and final thoughts of everything.
Closing
So
thoughts.
pretty much this year I'll be covering the 9 Pro X, not 9 Pro. Yeah, I mean I said 9 Pro. I'm going back in the future, I guess that's what y'all. 11 Pro this year. I'm not gonna cover the XL. I decided to downgrade for the one-hand usability. So if everybody want to know, I'm sorry. This year it just won't be the XL. It'll be the Pixel 11 Pro.
You're gonna love it, man.
I'm
Smaller
gonna
size, so
cover
much
the
better.
good, bad, and everything on. I'm gonna be doing my my camera comparisons with the. Oh dang, my Pixel's over there. My old Pixel with the new Pixel. I'm gonna do all that. Everything all starts all over. New year, new Pixel. So hope you enjoy. Go ahead and sub to the channel if you haven't subbed already. I do a lot of Pixel content. It's great. And after that, I'm gonna land my plane because my guests are the highlight today for me. So go ahead and talk, my fellas.
Go, Michael. dude.
Appreciate it, man. I love being on this with y'all, man. It's been fun. We definitely need to do it again. I don't typically do live streams. That's why you see me kind of like fidgeting a lot. But no, what you're probably going to see from me when I get my Pixel 11 Pro is mainly tips and tricks about the Pixel and how it fits within the Google ecosystem. I don't necessarily do reviews, but when I notice something that is a little bit different than what I'm experiencing, I would definitely talk about it in my videos. But most of the time, I'm really just here to probably share my thoughts and opinions on how I use the Google ecosystem. And if there's anything in the comments in terms of questions on how you can use different things better, I'm your guy.
Yeah. I learned a lot from Michael, and I learned a lot from Dale Vaughn in terms of artistic and presentation and whatnot. So Dale Vaughn, Michael, I've always appreciated your guys' content and everything. So I'm looking forward to it. For myself,
All right.
I focus mainly right now. It's a lot of short form content just because it works for my schedule and whatnot. So if you're not into short form content and whatnot, I'm sorry, but you will find my short form content across YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook Reels. Believe it or not, Facebook Reels is a thing. And then you'll find long form at least once or twice a week on YouTube. And I do a weekly live stream. Tomorrow night I'm live streaming. Next week, when I receive the Pixel 11 Pro Olive, not XL, I will be doing a live stream unboxing and setup. I do this every year. I do it live with everything. We scan the phone, we unbox it, we sniff it. It's great. We lick it. It's great. So we're doing a live unboxing. When the device gets here, we're going to power it up and everything like that. We're going to switch from the Pixel 10 Pro over to the 11 Pro. So that will be next week. So if you're not subscribed to the channel and whatnot, and then I'm most active over on Threads. I'm most active on my Discord. After that is everything else. Okay. So if you want to get in touch with me, again, go to the website, ZachTalks.tech. It's ZAKTALKS.tech, TECH. And yes, it is Z. Okay. But yeah, you're going to see a lot more Gemini stuff for me, like I've been doing right now, scanning the foods, doing workouts, and everyday kind of stuff, adding things to calendar, just doing everyday kind of Gemini stuff to kind of normalize and whatnot. But you're going to see a lot of you're also going to see a lot of the comparisons and whatnot. My content is not a use the phone for a week and then move on to the next thing. I'm a 24/7 around the clock for a year Pixel. Yes, I do Samsung. Yes, I do TCL, and yes, I'll touch other devices. But the channel's focus has mostly been Google products, Google speakers. We got the doorbell, we got the cameras, we got the everything. Got the phones and everything like that, and including your favorite brands out there, D brand. We got something coming up here with Torres. We got stuff coming up with the later case and stuff like that. So looking forward to all that stuff. So if you're not subscribed, head on over and I'll see you guys there. But as you can see, between the three of us gentlemen here, we all have vastly different pieces of content. I know Michael's really active on Threads. If you're not on Threads, come join us on Threads because it's awesome. But we're also on the other things right there. So not Z. What is this Jimmy Z? No, it's Z. Anyway, that's me. That's my rant. Dale Vaughn, thanks for having us here. And I really apologize if I threw things off, but I'm not sorry.
Oh yeah.
Oh no, man, you helped bring this thing alive. I appreciate both of you coming on.
For sure.
And I got people in the comments asking us, and it's been, I don't know if y'all been seeing it, but they've been wanting us to return as the dynamic trio over here. So
We should start a
if y'all
podcast.
okay with
Nobody
that?
does that.
I'm down.
okay with
Yeah,
this.
I'm cool with it. Yeah.
I'll do a
down.
weekly live
I'm
stream with you
down.
guys. That'll be cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm ready for it, bro.
I'm with
It's
it.
cool with me.
I'm with it. Lock me in. Lock me in.
I got talk with the wife. She's like the boss a little bit, so a little bit. But
Of course.
we
Yeah,
can
no,
do
for
this.
sure. Just give me a heads up and I'll lock it in.
It's all good, man.
All right. Well, other than that, I appreciate everybody coming on. Go ahead and sub to our channels. Check us out. Like I say, we all make Pixel content and we all make it in a different way. So you can get all sides of it. I'm more real world, and Mike will show you tips and tricks that you don't know. As a matter of fact, he taught me some stuff that I didn't know about the Pixel myself. So that's kind of cool. And then he's the point where the point of that. And then my boy Zach over here, he talks everything, and I love his controversial takes that he be doing. But what I used to love about his channel so much that I wanted to do was unbox live. I was like, yo, that is so freaking cool. He did his reviews live. He did his unboxings live, and it was just so easy to do because it was a real expression that he got when he first unboxed it. So I did love that about him.
Dude, I can't wait to
And,
open up that 11
Mike
and smell
is-
it. It's gonna be like,
Yeah, I know you can. And Mike is very technical. He's very technical. That's what I love about him because he goes into a lot of details and he actually shows off features that Google should be showing off in the keynotes, but they don't. But he does definitely a better job than them advertising actual useful features and stuff like that. So again, he taught me some things. And you know me, I'm just that regular guy walking around with my phone just using it. And I'm going to tell you about that experience. And I'm going to keep it 100 and a buck. So other than that, I hope you all enjoyed the show. Y'all heard it. We're going to be coming on again. So be prepared for that. Other than that, we'll see you later. Peace, everyone.
Nice. This is fun.